You guys totally missed it. Right after I ended the last video, there was a big training montage for Tingle, where he was like lifting rupee bags and running up and down the stairs of Mount Desma, and there was Kenny Loggins' music playing. Sadly, it ended up on the cutting room floor. Welcome back to freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupeeland. We are now the proud owner of the Master Rupee, and we're ready to contact Uncle Rupee and tell him how much we hate him. But I wanted to check out some things first. Take a look at the fruits of my labor before we go and destroy it all and usher in a new age of Tingle. Like the Millionaire doll. It's not made of snow, it's made out of silver and diamonds. I need to go to the Arctic more often. Got a couple missing rupee goods we'll be getting later. The silk rope. Climber insisted on the best equipment, so we got a rope that would snap instantly. Bad mistakes were made. The magma ball. You could throw it in hot water and you get an instant spa. The dragon fry. Take one small dragon, fry it up, and it tastes like chicken. The human doll. Kinda looks like somebody we know. The piggy bank. Anchors believe rupees are cursed, so they keep them in these special vaults, which are really easy to break open. And the battle robot. If I just had another one, I could make my own rupee gate, and people would have to charge to visit me. I'm sure Tingle's a popular guy by now. And the fairy doll. Remember this? This is what started our adventure. It's now in my attic. And of course this poster. It lies to us. I think I should burn it down. Maybe I should check in on Tingle too. And Barkle. I haven't messed around with Barkle lately. Yeah, I'll give you more bones than you possibly need. Actually, I wish I didn't give you that much. I have a feeling I might need these bones yet. What, seriously, you're not going to do anything? Hey, that's it, get out. You're disowned. Out. Barkle, out. I no longer want you. You're not going to get me rupees or anything. Tingle. Barkle won't do things for me now. He doesn't respect me. Do you respect me? We haven't used the Let's Talk function as much as we should have, but I couldn't be arsed to come back here constantly and check it out. Oh boy! Green's gonna be the in color next year. Tingle's gonna be fashionable for once. That's great. The big green skin suits are really gonna take off. Don't worry. Maybe 2017 will be the year of the pink. Right now, green's the new pink. Yeah, maybe you could work for me. I'm thinking about opening up a fashion boutique / map creator / rich person place thing guy. How about we check up on our tower while it's here? We were as big as Mount Desma, but not anymore. Now we're as high as the Auroras. I don't think they're a physical thing. They could be at any altitude. We also beat out the clouds and rainbows, even though there's also clouds there. A hot air balloon, and the pyramids. Remember all the way back when the tower was only as big as Tingle's house? I remember those days. Those are days filled with audio issues. Not anymore. So now that we're done touring around the house, it's time to go and destroy some evil. I feel like destroying evil today. Uncle Rupee, that huge jerk. I believed in you so much, and now the only rupee I want to toss in this fountain is this one. I hope you choke on it. It's the gem of greed's bane. Now I'm gonna make this fountain mine. And then the fountain puts on a giant Tingle suit. Nah, that's just silly. It's gonna take us to Rupeeland instead. The final sequence! Oh, by the way, the tower was also a rocket. What, you didn't know that? It was so blatantly obvious. Only a fool would think this thing was a rocket. Hey, Uncle Rupee, check out how many rupees I have. That's right, I bet you're jealous. So we finally meet face to face, and let me tell you, your first impressions were great, and then you made bad impressions. Yes, I was. I am the rupee expert. You were the rupee master. Like two tigers on the same mountain, we cannot have rupees. But rupees are actually neutral. They're the ultimate evil. Gain through good, gain through bad, they still sparkle. They don't care. They're just a symbol of power. Looks like I met my match with this guy. I think money is power, so does he. I'm obscenely rich, so is he. I have a Tingle, and he has 2 Agent Smiths. I think I lost out there. But he just returned all the rupees I just spent on the tower. Maybe he knows the error of his ways. No he hasn't. I guess he just had an aneurysm for a second and gave me back rupees. Oh, I made a terrible mistake. You know what? You gotta give me back those rupees right now. How about no, Uncle Rupee? You are an evil person now. I don't give rupees to bad people. Indeed we are. It looks like it's a final boss encounter now. Yeah, Tingle has a lot more self-confidence. He knows he could get through today just by making maps and doing quests for people. That means he's gonna have to defeat Tingle. Now we play as Uncle Rupee. That would have been an excellent twist. You play as the final boss and you defeat the hero. I'm sure there's a game like that somewhere. But no, we're still Tingle. And this is the ultimate boss, Uncle Rupee. And here's the Grand Fairy to tell us things before we go ahead with our final encounter. Yes, we know. You are the Grand Fairy. That's great. We could use our powers of rupees to defeat Uncle Rupee. And no one explains it to us, but we have a rupee shooter now. It's now shoot 'em up, like Solar Jetman. I hope you like shooters. Bye! So now we can press the screen on the bottom and fire rupees up at Uncle Rupee. We can shoot our money at his money, and there will be over-monetization going on, and the economy will collapse. As you can see, as I shoot rupees, my rupee count goes down. If I get hit by his rupees, my rupee count also goes down. But it goes down much, much faster. It's very, very unlikely for you to kill yourself by shooting rupees at him, and not getting hit at all. To be on the safe side, you want at least 500,000 rupees, counting the rupees you throw into the tower. Otherwise, you're good. You're good. As long as you have over, like, I would say about 300,000. As you can see, he gets more and more complex. He sends his cats after you to spit walls of rupees. His plates of food shoot more rupees at you. And also, I think these tunnels get a little bit tighter. And for some reason, he can actually hit the cats, but it doesn't seem to work all the time. I almost got hit by rupees there. This is dangerous. It's starting to Toho at me. How many Agent Smiths do you have anyway? Ridiculous. Luckily, at this stage of the boss fight, he doesn't do a lot of damage with his rupees, so it's okay to get hit a couple times. But of course, there's going to be more than one phase to this guy. It's time for Phase 2. Super boosted Uncle Grand Rupee. He cannot be harmed very much by getting rupees shot at him anymore. He only takes very, very little chip damage. It would take forever to kill him that way. Maybe we're going to have to find some way to counter him, or throw a rupee bomb at him or something. But right now, all we could do is survive his Toho puzzle rupee storms here. Like these. These are really simple. Just shoot in the direction they're coming from. And wait for his rupee Hadouken. This is how we do damage to Uncle Rupee proper. My rupee level is over 800,000! Ah, that hurt my throat a bit. That's what I get for Dragon Ball Z memes. He also has this thing too. Just fire wildly, that usually works. You, Uncle Rupee, you are very silly. Actually, you could tell which is a good power rupees and which is a bad power, because as you can see, Uncle Rupee's rupees, they kind of have a black outline to them, while my rupees have a white outline. So I'm firing good rupees at evil rupees, and the evil rupees just can't stand that. Alright, time for more of this for you. More of this right here. Make sure your rupee stream is centered on the beam, or you'll just reach a stalemate eventually. You have to use your full power of Rupee. I just feel like doing that to you because I'm angry at you. I'm upset. You know what? You didn't want to share any of your rupees with Tingle. I was okay with being your right-hand man until you started taking things from me instead of giving. Ow! You see how much damage that did? That was like 800... That was like 8,000 rupees there in one hit. Ridiculous. You are ridiculous, Uncle Rupee. Stop hurting me. My bank account can't take it. Alright, this is the end of you. It's time for you to explode in a big rupee mess. They'll have to rate it M for sure. And that is the end of Uncle Rupee. Forevermore. The power of good rupees has prevailed. Or has it? No, of course. This is a boss too good to let go. He's now the ultimate, the powerful Rupee! All those big long-winded names, and now he's just simply Rupee. And he's only worth 1 rupee now. You're worthless, Uncle Rupee. I've abandoned you out in the field somewhere, several times. As you can see, his attack pattern is very simple. His mustache will always twitch in the direction he's going in. So pretty much only like an 8-year-old will be fooled by Uncle Rupee. And right there, he's supposed to turn into an orange rupee, but because of the graphical limits of my emulator, there's still some green left there. It's not perfect DS emulation. Of course, I don't think my computer will be able to handle that. But I always enjoyed this boss because it's quite ridiculous. I'm pretty much shooting my money at a guy that shoots money back, and he's also made out of money. And the sound of metal panging together is just music to my ears in this case. At least he's feeling a bit more 20 today. Look at him trying to be tricky. He almost fooled me there. But I can't be fooled by such an easy trick. Not anymore. You know what? If an old man comes from the clouds and tells me he knows of a place, I ain't listening to him anymore. He could just go away. And thus Uncle Rupee explodes in a puff of logic. Hey, Pinkle. How you doing? I've rescued you. I've rescued everyone. No one has to be a Tingle today. The Grand Fairy is so happy. Now she could use her good rupees and get filthy rich. Ah. Poor Pinkle. You never found out where Pinkle was. You was just talking to her on the phone and doing things with her. It was just an internet relationship. They could go back to their normal lives now, but I guess Pinkle and Tingle will never hook up. Oh well. I guess that's why Tingle starts roaming the world. He's looking for Pinkle. Where can Pinkle be? Also, this sequence gets really, really laggy for my emulator. I don't know, I think it's just way too much rupee going on. But we've done it! We've released the good power of rupees upon the world. Look how happy everyone is! It's excellent! It's like our own little Rupee land right here in Port Town, where everything is terrible. The journalist is gonna write all about this and make him the hero. And the children are just a little bit confused. Even Abba. What the heck is with this rupee business? Well, let me tell you kids, as an adult to kids, rupees are very, very important. They keep away the evil demons known as bill and taxes. And they want to eat you. But rupees make them sick. You need to throw rupees at them. Children just don't get it that money is so important. So very important. These kids don't know the value of a rupee, I tell you. Oh no. Uncle Rupee still lives. I guess the moral of this story is greed's in all of us. We all have our personal Uncle Rupees we give money to make us happy. So, the only reason why I got the staff list is so Uncle Go could fly by. That's pretty much the only thing that changes in his credit scroll. Ever. We always have Barkle here, though, to make us happy. But this was freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupeeland. These are the people responsible. I do have some additional information. I ran across a conversation between Eiji Aonuma, which was one of the producers for the Zelda series, and he was talking with Kotaku about Tingle. And they asked him if he was actually straight or was he, you know, the other way. And he confirmed that Tingle is indeed straight. A relationship between Pinkle and Tingle is very possible. They were trying to figure out how to distribute the map to Link in Majora's Mask, and they thought up a guy that flies around in a balloon and makes maps for him. And they figured if a guy is doing something as impractical as that, he has to be on the little eccentric side. So that's when they came up with Tingle. Also, Tingle is supposed to be like a Peter Pan kind of character. He never really grew up. He wanted to be a fairy, even though he's 35 years old. He's still responsible a little bit. He helps his father, trying to make him money. Even though, as we see in this game, Tingle's absolutely loaded now. There's some history on Tingle. On a game that was basically the origin of Tingle. I would love to see more Tingle games. More history of Tingle. This ending that we just seen, I pretty much consider it the canon ending, even though it's pretty much the normal, regular ending that anybody would possibly get. Because of a few things. Pinkle is no longer seen in the Zelda series at all. She just vanishes. Rupees are scattered everywhere. You could like cut a bush and find them, instead of digging them up from the ground or defeating enemies. And Tingle, of course, is still Tingle, even after defeating Uncle Rupee. What's the deal with that, eh? Well, there is another ending. There's a special ending. But we're gonna have to do some things for that. Things we're not gonna be doing immediately. So that was the normal ending of freshly picked Tingle's Rosy Rupeeland. Next time, we're going for the secret ending. Good night, folks.